Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show today. Thank you for joining us at Stay With Me. Today, we have a very special guest all the way from Ghana, and his name is Christian Kwesi. He's involved in the Future Africa Leaders Foundation and also with the SOAD youth program. Welcome, Christian. Thank you for joining us today.
Once again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to be on your show today. My name is Christian Kwesi from the beautiful nation of Ghana. I'm the president of Young African Great Mind, 2020 winner of the Future Africa Leaders Award, by extension, an ambassador of the Future Africa Leaders Foundation, and also a SOAD ambassador, which is State of the African Diaspora. I also work as a peace and tourism ambassador for the Ministry of Tourism under SOAD. I'm a public speaker, a youth leader, an advocate, and I have been working with young people for more than 10 years now. I'm actively involved in community engagement, community development, working with children and young people in the area of education, as well as helping them to maximize their potentials for the benefit of their communities and the nation at large. So, in brief, this is what I can say about me. With the organization Young African Great Mind, it's a registered NGO in Ghana. It started in the northern part of the country. So the northern region is actually considered to be, according to statistics, they say it is the poorest region in the country. Yeah, so the organization started over here, looking at the needs and the challenges that growing up I saw or I witnessed. Children having to go to school without shoes, going to school, sitting in the classroom without tables. Some of them have to sit on the floor. No books and pens to write, no stationery materials, no proper education, girls being denied opportunities to, education, giving out to early marriage, forced marriages, and the rest, rural-urban migration. All these challenges within the northern region inspired me to start Young African Great Mind to help the African youth to be able to live meaningful and purposeful lives by succeeding in whatever they decide to do, and also to impact their communities positively. Because if you look at youth today, young people all across the world, especially here in Africa, most of the youth are known for violence, for drug abuse, for prostitution, and the rest. But we are redirecting their focus and helping them to be able to channel their energies into something more profitable, not only for themselves, for their countries.
That's amazing work that you're doing, and it's really something that the youth can benefit from. So thank you for that impact that you're making already. So Christian, if you can tell us a little bit more about Ghana and the tourism in your beautiful country. What is Ghana known for the listeners that want to go there and also want to maybe assist in your program? Can you give us a little bit of background of what the tourism specifically looks like?
Okay, so Ghana is in West Africa. Ghana gained independence in the year 1957. It's actually the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence. So we are the pace setters, and also Ghana is a gateway to Africa, because it is actually considered to be the center of the earth. So it's a very significant country as far as we were initially referred to as Gold Coast, but after gaining independence, the name of the country was changed and a whole lot. We've produced famous people and leaders like Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who was a champion of Pan-Africanism and advocating for, one Africa. Yes, Ghana has 16 regions. It's divided into 3 parts. We have the northern part, we have the middle belt, and then we have the south. So the northern region consists of the upper east, upper west, the northeast Savannah region, and then the northern region itself. So we have, in the north, we have 2 seasons, the dry season and then the wet season. When you come into the middle belt of the country, it has a lot of rainforest, and it's also considered to be the food basket of the nation. Most of the what we consume is produced from the middle belt, that is the Brong Ahafo region, which has been further divided into the Ahafo region and other places. So most of the food is being produced from this place. If you come down to the south, that is where we have Accra, we have Kumasi, we have the Volta region, the Central region, and the rest. And if you look at Accra, Central region, and the rest, that's where we have the coastal, the sea. So most of the transatlantic slave trade actually took place. Most of the slaves that were taken from other parts of Africa, especially Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, which are landlocked countries, were transported to Ghana through the northern region, all through the middle belt to the south. Because if you look at the southern parts, where the sea is, the Atlantic Ocean, most of the slaves were transported from that end, where we have the castles, the Elmina Castle, the Cape Coast Castle, the Osu Castle, which is in Accra. So all these names I'm mentioning are monuments or places that hold a lot of rich history as far as the country is concerned and as far as slave trade is concerned. We have a lot of places like the waterfalls. We have beautiful beaches, especially in the Volta region. We have, in the northern part too, we have the Morley National Park, which houses a lot of animals like elephants, warthogs, lions, even though the lions cannot be easily found in the interior. So the Morley National Park is actually the largest national park in the country, and even in West Africa, one of the largest in West Africa. So we are known for, when it comes to the culture, Ghana is blessed with diverse culture, dishes, our food, how the people, and the beautiful thing about Ghana is we are able to bond easily. You come into a community and you have people, Dagombes, Ashantis, the Evers, the Wales bonding, the Mamprusis bonding together. We may not speak the same language, but we are united with a common goal and a common purpose. Yeah.
That's amazing to hear, especially with people of different cultures and that, to live together like that. It's always an amazing story. So tell me, Christian, what is your most traditional dish and what is your favorite?
That's a very interesting question. Yeah, it's very difficult for me to pick because there are a number of wonderful dishes we have here. But I'll say my pick is fufu and then lai soup. So fufu is spelled F-U-F-U. Yeah, it is the main dish for the Ashantis. So the Ashantis, if you've heard of Ashanti, it's one of the largest ethnic groups in Ghana. So in order to get fufu, you have to pound it, and then it can be taken with different types of soup. We have the lai soup, we have the groundnut soup, we have palm nut soup. Yeah, so fufu is my favorite, even though we have other dishes like kenke, kinky and pepper and fish. You can have some beans, and then, there's a lot.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
but
nice
fufu
to
is my
hear.
best or favorite.
That's good. So you have quite a few favorite dishes then.
Oh, not a few, but because you asked me for my favorite, we also have wache. Wache is beans prepared with rice, so you have a mixer, yeah, and it has a kind of dark brown color. So wache is rice and beans mixed together. Yeah, so that can be taken with stew, and then we also have something we call shito. Shito is like it's like stew or sauce, but it's very hot. You have a lot of pepper and ginger in it. So you add it to the rice just to make it more spicy and tasty. So there are other dishes. Banku is there, banku and tilapia. We have kinky, and then we have beans and gari together with fried plantain. It's popularly called gobe. I'm sure you would like to try gobe when you come to Ghana. So it's beans mixed with gari and fried plantain, and then you can have it with some fish and egg. So there's a lot to enjoy.
It sounds delicious. I definitely want to try that when visiting. Christian, so if you can tell me a little bit more about your youth program, what exactly do you do? I know you've described earlier on, but to give us a bit more clarity on what exactly is it about?
Okay, so with our youth programs, Young African Great Mind, just like I mentioned earlier, was established in the northern part of Ghana, a registered NGO that is making a lot of waves across the nation in the lives of young people, impacting them positively with positive values to make them, grow up to become responsible leaders and citizens. Because if you look at our continent, Africa, most of the challenges we face here are leadership problems or crises. We are currently in Liberia for one of our programs, and I can tell you that most of the challenges we have in Ghana, you can also find it in different African countries. And these are not problems or challenges that are out of this world. They are issues that can be solved if we have the right systems in place. Yes, Young African Great Mind was established in northern Ghana in 2016, actually, even though the registration and those other paperwork were not completed by then. But we started operation in 2016, and we've been, championing youth empowerment, advocating for a lot of changes in the educational sector, organizing programs in schools, high schools, junior high schools, as well as various tertiary institutions. The organization is making a lot of waves across the nation of Ghana, as well as other African countries like Togo, Benin, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, and other neighboring West African countries. And we also hope to extend our impact beyond the West African sub-region to other parts of Africa, South Africa, Southern Africa, East Africa, and then North Africa, and also Central Africa. So the organization has been at the forefront of programs like Success Motivation, which has been organized in 8 different locations in Ghana, bringing together thousands of students in high schools and connecting them with role models and mentors. Because one of the challenges we identified is that most young people don't have mentorship when it comes to their dreams and their aspirations. Most of them, it's just like they have to scrounge their way through. They just have to do try and error, go to school, select courses that their parents force them to do, attend schools that they didn't want to go to because of pressure. Some of them just end up doing things that from they don't want to do. And so our programs have provided this platform to mentor them. Aside mentoring them, we also, connect them with potential employees, captains of industry, political leaders in the political space, as well as traditional rulers, those who are doing amazing stuff, people who are worth emulating. We've had projects like the BECE project. This has helped candidates. In Ghana, we have what we call the Basic Education Certificate Examination, which is written by those in junior high school going to the high school. So we helped communities, students in rural areas who don't have access to proper quality teaching and learning materials, guiding them in the selection of their courses as well as the selection of their schools. And through this particular project, we had one girl who was along the way, she got pregnant, she gave birth, she dropped out of school. But as a result of our intervention, we were able to get her back to school to sit for her exam. She made it, and then she's even completed high school today. So the testimonies of our programs are endless. Yes, we also have our back to school campaigns, which provides teaching and learning materials for children and young people in marginalized communities. Just like I was saying earlier on, there are communities that when you get to visit, even the road network to those places is a problem. How to get to those communities. And now you get to these communities, you find out that some of these children have to sit on the floor when classes are ongoing. For some of those children, when it starts raining, immediately we enter the rainy season, they don't have stable education. They don't have a roof over them. When it's raining, the whole place is flooded, and it's an automatic holiday for them. So these are some of the issues. We deal more with the rural areas, because if you are in the city, you may be deceived, thinking that every child is enjoying the same privilege. And it will interest you to know that these children who have no access to light, no access to books, no access to teachers, have to write the same exam with those children who are in the cities, who have access to computers and the rest. Also, these children in the rural communities, some of them have never seen a computer before, they've never seen a mouse before, they've never touched a computer before. You get it? Some of them, their teachers have to even draw the computer on the board with a piece of chalk. Come to think of it, how will these children be able to match up with the global competition? So the organization seeks to bridge this gap, seeks to help these children in the area of IT, in the area of talent development, in the area of leadership as well. And if you look at those within the tertiary institutions in Ghana and other parts of Africa, you would attest to the fact that many young people, our tertiary institutions are graduating students on a yearly basis by the thousands. Most of these graduates come out and they have nothing to do because the government has time without number. We've heard the president, we've heard the vice president here in Ghana tell us that the public sector is choked. So if the whole president or vice president can tell you that the public sector is choked, then it means that as a graduate, you need to do something for yourself. You need to be able to at least start a business or start an organization or volunteer somewhere. Most of these young people have become frustrated because they seem not to be able to do something profitable, use the knowledge they've acquired in school. And so most of our programs are helping to solve some of these, at least not on a large scale, trying to connect them with some businesses, business opportunities. And also some of the programs we've organized we've had like these pitching competitions. We work with some other organizations like the McDan Foundation to organize some programs where some potential entrepreneurs and business people within the schools have been able to pitch their business ideas, and they've won cash prizes about $1,000. Yes, that's about 10,000 Ghana cedis. So, and this particular program has taken place in different locations. We've had like 6 editions so far. Yeah, so there's a lot we are doing. It's not just about talking. We are doing a lot when it comes to youth empowerment. And what is empowerment without providing young people with what they need to start up, the businesses and organizations they desire to have.
Yeah, and you are already doing so much. Well done to you for reaching out to the youth and assisting them. It's really, I take my hat off to you. So even with all of it is that you're doing, how can we assist you? I mean, I'm in South Africa, in Cape Winelands, Stellenbosch. But even from here, what is it that I can assist you with to help you achieve your goals in your program?
Okay. The most important thing right now is collaboration and partnership, because I believe that if we're able to collaborate and work together, it's going to take care of a lot of things. What we as an organization can achieve if we work together, you will be able to complement each other's efforts. That's the first thing. The second thing is in the area of resources. We do a lot of travels. Like I said, we are currently in Liberia. Next week we'll proceed to Sierra Leone, and all these trips require money. Okay, it requires money. We are doing a road travel. That is the beauty of it, because even though we would have loved to travel by air, but it's also fun traveling by road, because we are getting to discover a lot of places. We are getting to connect with many people. The last time when we were entering Liberia, most of the immigration officers at the checkpoints already knew us and they knew our mission. So there was that bond, there was that connection. Even though it wasn't like that 2 years ago, we had a very difficult time. So resources is one area. And if you look at where we are currently, there's a lot more we can do in terms of extending the impact. This year, hopefully, we are looking forward to being in South Africa and other places. So I'm sure this particular partnership is going to help make that possible, so that we'll be able to also extend our programs over there, and then the youth of South Africa will get to benefit. So these are the 2, or let me say 3 most important things: partnership, resources, by extension has to do with finances and other materials we can get, like laptops, computers, other electrical gadgets. Currently, we are setting up our resource center, our multi-purpose resource center for youth.
Yes.
We received a donation from one of the Queen Mothers to support our activity. So we are setting up the place. We need to, get a lot of things, computers and the rest. So that is how it is.
Yes. So from our side, we can definitely assist you with accommodation when you come to South Africa, and even arrange an event where you have the youth together. So we'll provide the venue for you. And then we're also reaching out to our listeners. You've heard, Christian, what it is that they need in terms of their program and equipment that they need. So if any of you can assist, please contact me or contact Christian. We'll have the information in the show notes, our contact details. But Christian, can you also share your contact details and where can we get hold of you and your programs, please?
Okay, so my social media handle, my personal social media handle is Christian M. Kwesi. Christian M. Kwesi. And Kwesi is spelled Kwesi across all social media handles, even though Facebook is more active for now, because most of our activities all our activities, I should say, are uploaded there. And then with the organization Young African Great Mind, once you search for Young African Great Mind, it will take you to our page. You get to see what we do. And then my personal contact, I don't know if I can drop or you will add that later on?
Yes, we can add that as well.
Okay, so that's plus 233-24-183-5569. I take that again. Plus 233-24-183-5569. That's my WhatsApp number. So this is the best way to connect with me and to also connect with the organization and what we do.
Thank you, Christian. And listeners, you have a direct line to Christian now. Thank you so much. You can just send him a WhatsApp. And if you want to contact me, I'm available at our email info@staymoreguesthouse.co.za, or you can follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. That is Stay More Guest House. We'll be more than happy to assist you or put you into contact with Christian. It was amazing to have you as a guest. You've given us so much insight into Ghana, traveling there, and also about your youth program. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we hope you all of the best. And thank you for joining Stay With Me. Until next time.